Hello, this is Debra Hemmer for the program A Brighter Day and Hope for Tomorrow. We hope you're having a great day so far. This is the television version. My co-host Marilyn Fialko-Chadnick is over here. And hello, Marilyn, on this great spring day.
Nice to see you, Deborah.
Good to see you. And we are very excited to have this television version today of the Brighter Day Hope for Tomorrow. We have a special guest as well whom we want to talk to about some serious issues. He deals with gangs and tries to prevent the violence from happening in our city of Stockton, California. He's with the Stockton Mission. Bob Margaron is going to be our guest, and he'll be coming up to join us soon. So, Marilyn, anything that you want to discuss before we bring our guest on? Anything in particular that has occurred in your life today that you want to share as far as light moments or special moments as far as inspiration?
Well, I guess I'm just going through the exciting moments of having a daughter graduate from high school, and she's 17, and all the things that go with it, the prom, the dress, whether you're going to the prom, all of that has all been very, very exciting for me.
Well, that would be. And she's having a daughter graduate for your first child to graduate from high school?
Yes. And
that's momentous.
And she has a strong career goal. She wants to be a district attorney.
Oh, my goodness. Well, there you go. Fighting crime. Great for her. Wonderful. Our guest on for you to talk. We had to leave a little bit earlier today. You have some important things to do, but we wanted to do our show on this beautiful day. So we thank you for being able to come and join us as our host. But right now we want to talk to Bob Margaron, who is our special guest, and let Marilyn discuss the issues about gangs and young people who get involved with gangs and violence in our community and how they prevent that from happening. We have with us as our guest, Bob Margaron, who has just joined us. Bob, a very hearty welcome, and thank you for coming to see us today on the set here on Brighter Day and Hope for Tomorrow here at Delta College.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you, Bob, taking time out of your busy schedule. And also, Marilyn wanted to talk to you as a social worker about her ideas, and she has some questions about what you do at the Stockton Mission. So, Marilyn, I'll let you take over.
I'm most interested, as I said earlier, that so many young people seem to be dying in our community as a result of violence, retaliation, drugs, other issues. And I also wanted to find out initially from you, Bob, what is your organization about? What is its mandate?
Well, what we do is, I'm a pastor, I'm an ordained minister, and what we do is we introduce inner city children, youth, and their families face-to-face to Christ so they can make it another choice in life. They're not required to be Christian to come to our center. Our center is open to everybody. But we give them a safe environment to come to have recreation, homework club, computers, just a place off the street that's safe and a place where they can learn other choices than what they're learning on the street.
Well, Bob, I find this very, very noble. This is something that is so desperately needed. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for 17 years now.
And how is it going today?
Well, our mission actually started in Stockton on May 6, 1896. So I did not start the mission. We are the American Inner City Ministries of an organization called World Gospel Mission. And we have started off as a rescue-style mission, working with the adults on the street. And ever since the start of the mission, we've always had children and youth involved in our ministry. And in the mid-1980s, the missionaries that were here at the time changed the focus, realizing that if you really wanted it to impact the generational chain of crime and violence and drugs and addiction, that you really need to reach down into them when they're young and to give them better choices and give them the opportunity to make those choices. Although not everyone does make the choices you want them to, we're still there giving them that opportunity.
Oh, great. And we also want to ask Bob, when Stockton became the most miserable city and crime became a very bad problem here, or it's supposed to have gotten worse the past couple of years. I was reading the statistics last night that in 2005, 2006, the youth gang problem became worse. What did you do to correct that problem?
Well, it's not one individual. It's a collaboration of the city, the police, the community, the schools. We all have a part to play in it. It's not just one person, one entity. It's everybody working together. It's the parents in the home. You know, it starts off from parenting issues to generational life issues within the household, to educational support at home, whether or not the parents can give the support they need in the community for the kids, or if there's resources and there's, you know, the needs in the home. Is there food? If there's needs, if there's hunger needs, if there's just a multitude of different needs that we have to supply with for the community, for the children and youth. We need to focus on them, and most of all, it's giving them the love and the attention that they need, that they may or may not be getting directly into the homes.
Mm-hmm. I noticed when I came here 12 years ago, I wanted to know, like, why are so many young people dying? I keep hearing about young people, many from gangs, many from drug interactions, or fights on the street, or drive-by shootings. I noticed that there were so many young people, and I could start counting them on my hands, which I couldn't do in other communities. I lived in Arizona and before Canada. I felt that the difference maybe between here and Canada was, one of the difference was that people couldn't see a doctor necessarily because they weren't covered medically, and so they would start self-medicating on the street due to their problems at home, maybe learning disabilities at school, and they started self-medicating, and before long they ended up joining gangs or getting stuff on the streets, and sometimes being killed for like selling it, and sometimes ending up in jail if they were fortunate and dying if they weren't. I mean, can you comment on this?
Well, there's a multitude of reasons that people get involved with drugs and that they're dying, and the bottom line is it's the choices they're making. Mm-hmm. The people they associate with, the people they run with. They could be innocent bystanders, just kicking it with friends, hanging out with friends, mm-hmm. not having any gang involvement at all, but yet, as a result of the choice of them hanging with the people they're hanging with, somebody does a drive-by, a rival gang member comes by and sees them and shoots. Not all of the homicides, though, are gang-related, mm-hmm. and we need to remember not to put all of the blame on the gang lifestyle. Mm-hmm.
So there are many, many multi-factors that contribute to this.
Oh, absolutely. There's not one cold, hard, this is right, this is wrong answer. There's people do things for socioeconomic reasons. People do things out of desperation. People do things because they don't know any different. We're growing. We have generational gang families in Stockton, and the kids that are growing up in those homes are living a life that it's not a matter of right or wrong. It's all they know because that's what they've learned in their homes.
Now, you were a chaplain. That's a very important part of what you do. You were a chaplain with the Stockton Law Enforcement Police Department agency. What is it called? Is it called the Stockton?
It's the Stockton Law Enforcement Chaplaincy.
Right, Stockton Law Enforcement Chaplaincy Program. And does that make a big difference? Have you found that has made a huge difference being a chaplain on the school grounds? You mentioned that they don't have anybody to turn to as role models quite often, and that is the reason that they turn to gangs.
We've been privileged to. I've been privileged to be a Stockton Police chaplain now for 5 years. And through that position, we have started the Stockton Police School Resource Chaplaincy Program. And that's where we have police chaplains on campus to counsel the kids, to work with the students, the administration, when it comes to encouraging the kids to stay in school, to do their work, to make the right choices. But we're also there to help the staff. And anytime, when there's from the J.J. Johnson homicide, we were on Edison's campus to the end of the year homicides last year, where we had 10 people killed in 7 days. We have numerous chaplains that are just impacting the lives of the children and youth to try to get them to make the right choices.
Yes. Can you tell me, I guess as a therapist, I would like to know, what are some of the therapies and maybe supportive therapies that are used on these kids to make an improvement in their lives? Like, what kind of things do they receive? We
don't do normal therapy, as you put it. We have relational. And what we do is we love these kids. We spend time with them. We build relationships with them. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. If the child is out of control, and sometimes we have to be the authority in their life that says, no, this is wrong.
Right, and I would imagine you would get a lot of projection if they didn't have a good authority life at home, that they would project a lot of this anger on you, and so you have to be strong in how to handle that. So basically, I'm really pleased to hear that most of your, help is relational, because relationships and love is really the most important thing. I did ask you earlier, though, about anger management. Is this something that you offer?
We do. We work in collaboration with a number of organizations. The Stockton Peacekeepers. We work with Point Break, who does anger management. They do drug and alcohol awareness programs. They do gang awareness programs right within the schools, and they offer resources. We're able to offer resources to them, to the kids, through these organizations, and resources through peacekeepers to help break the violence.
Right. I want to ask too, Bob, while you're here, that we want to be sure that we have the right website for people to refer to if they want to contact you. So I have down www.stocktonpeniel.org.
Or that's one, or www.notonemoredeadchild.org.
Oh, well, there brings that topic of let's keep our youth from dying.
Right. And you do an excellent job. Bob is one of those people who we want to bring on the show, the program, who is definitely making a difference in the Stockton, California community. He's one of many, and we are so grateful for his presence here on A Brighter Day and Hope for Tomorrow. Bob, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Let me give you a handshake and just say, well done, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you do.
I'm so proud of you, Bob. I couldn't do better myself.